The Fix This Build That Sunday Night Live show. I'm Brad.
And I'm Susan.
And we've got more cool stuff today.
We do.
If you're on Instagram, please come over to YouTube because we have some new views. We did the views last week and it was fun.
It was fun.
And we've got new ones. I've got new ones in store.
I don't even know what they are.
So I know. I haven't even told Susan yet. So
it's going to be fun.
But just as a hint, I don't have any of my papers with me. So
that's not uncommon though.
Whatever.
But it was planned out this time.
Yes. So big news today is we launched another video 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
And it's because we didn't say that we were going to launch a video.
Yes.
100%. And so anytime I say, hey, I'm launching a video XYZ, then it's doomed.
Jinx it.
But we didn't, and it is a DIY bathroom vanity. So we did a vanity. We're
gorgeous.
It's amazing.
It's so
we are doing a remodel in the bathroom that is our only downstairs bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full bath, but it's we don't use it for a full bath all the time, and it's very small.
It's a nice sized bathroom for just like,
right.
A regular
but we had like a white,
spacious.
One of those white thermofoil, just contractor basic vanities there, and I replaced it with a 2-drawer and then a false drawer up top, so it looks like a 3-drawer cabinet, and it looks exactly like some of my shop cabinets. Actually,
it does.
The 3-drawer shop cabinet,
which was
except
not intentional.
It's inset.
Yeah.
It's inset drawers, so it's inset drawers. It's really cool design, I think.
Yeah.
We painted it a really nice navy. Went with some brushed brass,
which is really pretty
hardware, and will remind me later to tell you about how I got catfished at Lowe's.
Oh my gosh, big time.
Yeah, by
Lowe's.
By Lowe's, yeah. Lowe's catfished me big time.
Oh.
But the video is out, so we did launch it late. We didn't launch it till like 3 o'clock because things were happening.
I mean.
And stuff was being done.
Yes.
And
lots of things were happening.
And there you go. So that's
but
what's
it happened.
Up
it came out.
But that's what's up this week, and it's fun. And it was the shtick, if you will, is for under $300.
Yes.
And so all in with the materials, I built it out of scrap material, leftover material, not necessarily scrap.
Right.
I built it out of leftovers from the cabinets. But if you needed to buy the plywood and everything, you could do the whole shooting match for about $300, and that's the top, the hardware, soft close drawer slides, all that good jazz, and compare that to $700 to $800 for a vanity that you'd buy anywhere else.
And some of the vanities, when we started looking like at a little bit higher end places like Pottery Barn and Restoration Hardware. They were like
$2,000.
Yes, and I mean they were
like
really
my
pretty.
My voice goes up an octave.
I
like
know.
3 or
well,
4
mine did too, because I mean. We were like, well, I mean, let's look and see how much the high-end ones are. It was insane. And we're not talking about like a big double sink. We're talking about a 31-inch, right?
Yeah, like a 31-inch
just like a little, like the same size.
2 Gs.
And honestly, I think ours is prettier. So
I do too.
I mean, it's really nice.
So yeah, if you're at all thinking about doing a bathroom remodel, then go check that out.
Yeah, for sure.
And see what's going on.
And have fun.
But cool. Let's see who all we got here. Let's see who we have over on YouTube. So all the
people
folks,
were here early. I'm
people
very
were here
impressed.
early, man, checking in on YouTube.
And we have to say, because I think
early.
Let's see. Yeah, Rick was here first. I believe.
Rick was first in the
back.
When
he said he was lonely.
We got Riley. Beth is here. Also
Keith's
Travis,
here,
Katie. What's up?
All
Kevin,
the usual suspects.
All the usual suspects. I
That's
love it.
right.
And then on Instagram, please come join us. Fix This Build That.
Yep.
Live is the second channel, and let's see who we have over here on Instagram.
Big Willie's here. Dennis Miko.
Dennis and Big Willie, love it. Usual suspects.
That's right.
Every time I try to scroll on this thing, it is like so finicky. Zoe, what's up, girl?
So silly.
Zoe says, "Nice haircut, Susan."
Thanks. I just didn't.
You see, I'm getting a little bit of feedback on Instagram. It's a little pixelated. Guess what? It's not at all on YouTube.
It's beautiful on YouTube.
Over. Come on over. Who else we have here? Susan, does Brad use sawdust aftershave? The only Chris Peterson.
Never. He hates sawdust.
Yes. Oh, Kelly DeMarco says, really, we have to YouTube? It's great here. You can stay here. You're just not going to get the whole thing.
You see way more of the shop in particular on YouTube.
And Zoe says she's with her. You guys are you're more than welcome to stay on Instagram. It's just not as good an experience.
We just want to let you know that there's something better out there
that you're not going to see at all.
That's right. That is the big kicker.
And we got the Plunger app, folks, from California. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Let's see here. Who else we got? This thing is so hard to do. JBS1215. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So what we want to do, and this isn't going to do anything for you folks on Instagram, but for the folks over on YouTube,
what are we doing?
We're going to go to
I'm so excited.
a new segment.
A new segment.
Oh, I'm gonna have to change this. Called the new Builders Club members, and we should have a screen coming up. And I can't see it.
Anytime now.
Anytime. I'm
There's a
going to switch
delay.
over to this other one. There's not a... Well, yeah,
Oh,
there's
this
a
is
delay
the
that
wrong one. Oh, yeah, it is there.
Look,
Okay, good.
And I even moved us. I
And
moved
can they
it too
still
far.
hear us? Remember last week?
Yes. Yeah. I got
Okay.
the audio. Oh, gosh. Don't do that. We're
working on all the kinks. Oh, no, what
I just
happened?
moved it off the screen. Like, this is live.
This is like,
okay, there
you
we go.
guys get
I'm
to
not messing
see
with that.
all the...
I want to give a big thank you to folks who have joined the Builders Club. We had some new members here, and they've got their own little shout out and name mention. So we had Brian Bresocnik, and now you guys can see how I'm butchering the names. You can see actually their names. Larry, I mean this one, Larry.
It
Larry
has so
E.
many E's. Yeah,
Larry E.
Euteneier. It must be French or something.
Tim Porter, Kirk Vandewater, and Guillaume Reppert. I'm going with Reppert.
Yeah, I don't.
Guillaume.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining the Builders Club. If you're not familiar with the Builders Club, now we've got the link down there, fixthisbuildthat.com/Builders Club.
Fancy.
I know. And basically it's the inner circle of Fix This Build That, where folks can go and hang out and get weekly updates, early releases to videos when I get them out early. I've been bad the last 2 weeks. But also
we're
free
just happy
plans,
to get them out.
credits in the videos, and all kinds of cool stuff,
Yeah.
and welcomes in the live. So if you're interested, hit up that link, fixthisbuildthat.com/Builders Club. Thank you so much, guys.
All right.
Boom! Look at
that.
Man, that is so
It's
awesome.
pretty snazzy.
Let's go back here. Let's see what
Let's see what
these
people are
folks
saying about this. All right.
We have another segment here too that we're firing on all cylinders here. All right, we got Kuwait. What's up, Ahmad? Nama from Ecuador. Cool. Aki Sim Audio Wood Custom. I don't know what Aki Sim Audio is. Here's something. Here's good audio, maybe. Kansas City in the house. Sound Designs Furniture. What's up? What's up? IG Fix the Pixel. HH Progressive. What's up, my man? All right, cool.
Well, jump back on here. Nailbender, I'm not sure of Nailbender's name, says Pottery Barn and Restoration Hardware isn't high-end. Price craft-made cabinets. Those will upset you, but they're made with real wood and have dovetailed drawers.
Ooh.
I was wondering, because I figured there was something else out there that was nicer, but I don't know what it is.
I'm sure
yeah,
there
and that
are
does
plenty.
sound nice. Because that's the thing. Some of the ones that we saw on Pottery Barn, they look really nice, and I'm sure they're a better quality, but they were still MDF.
Yeah, MDF or
and it was like
board.
$2,000.
It was horrible.
So yeah.
So now that we have that piece, I think what we're going to do, and we haven't fully discussed, is we're going to jump into the rest of the bathroom remodel to finish it up.
Is that next?
So that next, because we need that toilet back.
We got to order
super
some
bad.
things.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
We need lighting.
We still have things to order. But we have the
We'll
rest
talk
of the
about that
bathroom
later.
remodel. So the last two projects, I've been talking about this for a while. You guys have been following along.
Yep.
We've been doing a series on the miter station and then a series on the bathroom remodel. And we've kind of been bouncing back and forth.
Which if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the whole stretch of cabinets.
They're not going to come over. We keep telling
I'm
them.
just letting you know. Just
Zoe,
sometimes it takes like the
Zoe and Kelly
20th
are
time.
like, we ain't doing it.
No, that's all right. I'm just letting you know. You can see it over here.
But so actually, yeah, maybe we will, because I forgot about that. Maybe we will jump back. Well, I can do the drywall and stuff. I'll honestly probably be working on both of those projects because there are different things that need.
We were kind of going back and forth in general.
Time. So that's what's going on.
Yeah.
And we've got some behind the scenes stuff going on too, working on the back end of the business, which is pretty exciting actually.
Yes.
And so we're hope to share more with that when we know more. We're just kind of working our way through that. And I had a meeting with a business coach consultant and on Friday. And it was awesome.
It
really
was so good.
Thought about a lot with the channel and getting into 2021, and we had this huge milestone of 1 million followers, and we're like, okay, cool, on YouTube, and we're like, wanting to just really get a good plan in place. Yeah. And so we're going to be excited to share with you guys as we go along. And it's not going to be, there's not going to be like massive changes. At least not in the near term, but we may change things up a little bit. It's probably going to be subtle about what we do, but just making sure that we, first and foremost, that it's sustainable for us.
Right.
And that as everything grows and we take on more responsibilities and like new platforms, and now I'm doing TikTok, plus Instagram, plus Facebook, all these things that I need to build out the team around me.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing it all myself.
He's pretty much doing it
other
all.
than
Yeah.
Scott, who's a lifesaver? I was going to say a godsend, but then I was like, a life god, a life send.
god.
I want to say life send.
I have Scott's on here. to
Who is
hear
our
this.
editor, and he edits
Yeah.
most of the YouTube videos for us, at least the good portion of the YouTube videos, and some social as
And
well.
it's been an evolution, because I remember in the beginning when Brad was first doing the whole YouTube thing, and it was, you wanted it to become a business, but you weren't full time yet. Right, like in the beginning, you're kind of taking like absolutely everything that comes your way. Like saying yes to everything.
The blog.
There was the blog, but I'm saying
Actually, there was Instagram. Instagram was the beginning.
Okay, but my point is, early on, I feel like we were just kind of, it was mostly just you at that time. You were like, yes to like everything, right? Because you were just so excited about it.
You have an opportunity when you're starting
you're not
out
making
a
a lot
side
of money,
business,
and
side hustle. You say yes to everything because you have to.
But now we're at the point where, like, planning next year, I think that's what you were saying, is like, it's going to be really intentional. Like the projects that we tackle, and just being able to say yes to the things that are a good fit for us, and leave it at that. So
speaking of a good fit, you know what else is a good fit is our beer of the week.
Beer of the week?
Boom!
You haven't even started it yet.
I know, because I was waiting.
Oh.
So, Instagram folks, again, there's a nice little thing down there that you can see it.
Is it right here?
So, yeah, hit that one.
All right.
Boom! Oh, where's your face? Oh, I didn't. No.
Oh, hang on.
No, that's
Wrong
not the beer
one.
of the week. Oh no! It changed it.
Oh no!
Dadgummit. How was that? I'm just dancing around. Da, 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 da. Okay, so now.
Well, I saw you doing it.
I know I was doing it. Oh well.
All right. Well, just
Now,
pretend
see,
like
I
there's
got
a
too
cool
fancy.
screen.
I got too fancy.
I
The
saw
beer
him
of the
making
week
it.
is Dos Perros,
Dos
from
Perros.
Yazoo Brewery, which is brewery, which is
Brewery.
local Nashville brewery.
It's like from the South.
Brewery.
What school is that does suey?
Suey.
Yeah.
It's like Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Dos Perros, it's their Mexican brew. If you can't tell, Dos Perros means two dogs in
And there are
Spanish.
2 dogs on the
And there
bottle.
are 2 dogs. I could probably draw those dogs.
I want to try some.
And so it's a Mexican brew, which is awesome. Because we like Mexican brew, but it's more body than a
like
regular
sweet,
Mexican. Yeah,
and then like spicy.
they have. I was reading. They have. So it's like
though.
German based. Actually, like a lot of the Mexican brews came from. I mean, unless most beer came from Germany, but that it's their take on some of the German brews, and then they add maize, which is corn. I guess it's a type of corn. They add some like maize flakes at the end for like a little sweetness. So that's what you're tasting.
Now, okay, am I right when I think of Mexican beer?
Dos Perros, and provided by Lippmann Brothers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lippmann Brothers. What are the Mexican beers that you think of when you think of Mexican
Well, obviously
beers?
Corona.
Yeah,
which is
but
like
I don't know if that's
Bud
just
Light
like
for
the Americanized
Mexican. Corona, Dos
Mexican?
Equis,
Dos Equis, yeah.
and that's it.
What's the one? I feel like I'm thinking of Red Stripe. That's like Jamaican
You're
or something.
thinking of Modelo is a good one.
Oh yeah.
What's the
with the red label, right? It has red and white or something.
I don't know. What are some good Mexican
beers
that
we
you
don't
guys
know.
like? By the way, what I opened the beer bottle with was from my
What
wood
kind
turning.
of wood is that?
This is zebra wood.
That's cool looking.
Super
Ooh, it's
cool.
really cool looking on the bottom.
Yeah,
I know
it's
I've
like
seen this, but it's been a while.
actually like a grass instead of a tree. So there you go. First
drinking
Coast,
water,
what's up?
so
Their closet organizers
fancy.
coming along. DIY John, awesome man. Ripped Grain, what's up? Can't even see the live on YouTube channel. Went to check that large view. I can't see your live on YouTube. So if you're trying to find the live from Instagram, it's on the second channel. It's called Fix This Build That Live. So make sure you're looking at the second channel. Jake of all trades, halfway through building the cabinets for your garage. That is fantastic, man. Make sure you send me that because I will don't send me the cabinet. Send me the pictures.
What? Oh.
DM me, whatever. Tag me. Make sure you let me know how that's going, and I'd love to see it. And regretting painting over maple ply. Craig, oh no. Dos Equis, they say. Tecate. Oh, Tecate, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting over here.
Javier's,
Tecate
Suarez.
and Modelo.
Modelo. That's what. Yeah.
I think
yeah,
you
we
said that
Modelo.
one. Yeah.
What
yeah,
is
yeah.
it? There's like Modelo Negro is
that's
the
what she
dark
said.
beer. Yeah. Yeah.
We
Which
got held for comment.
held for comment because it's
It's like,
Negro.
allowed. It's okay.
Spanish
We're just talking about beer
Spanish
here.
for the color black.
Yes, we're okay.
Quite tasty.
Good.
Let's see here. Oyson Brady says, any tips for starting a woodworking business?
Oh my goodness.
I have one tip.
You're asking the right person.
And that tip is go check out my podcast, Made for Profit. You will
That is
find
good.
everything you need there. And anything you don't need, you can find in the Facebook group for the Made for Profit Tribe, which is a very active group where folks are always asking questions and lots of comments and stuff. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. What do we? You went way back up to the top.
I did. I was looking to see if we missed any comments.
Oh, any questions
People
or
are just
comments
saying
over
hi
there
up
on the
here.
tubes? Yeah.
Hello, big people.
Well, let's see what we got. Yeah, scroll down. Find us some questions.
I'm looking.
I'll peel them off over here. Victoria is authentic Mexican beer. I don't know. I've never had Victoria.
Oh.
On Chuck Rock.
So they were talking about how to squeeze, like in the video, how to squeeze the wood together when you're doing pocket holes. Mm-hmm. And
just
Keith
like
says,
a good clamping method for holding pieces together.
Clamping was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
He said, Keith is saying, I got the Craig corner clamps and pocket hole clamps, nice and tight, but it always shifts on the last one after the first and second are snug, and I can't figure out how it can do that.
Sure. Keith or Kevin?
Oh, Keith, I think.
Keith, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Keith, I have those. I have all the Craig clamps, and I use them in different times. So I feel like isn't there a show where like they're just like pulling stuff from under the table?
I mean, that's your show. Like every single week, you're
show.
like, and here
Well,
it
like
is.
We're further away.
We are
now
further away
because I wanted the cabinets a little more centered. This
does
is
look
the
nice.
This is the corner clamp by Craig, and this is great for when you're joining two cabinets, cabinet sides, which I do a lot of. And so I use this guy to hold them tight. Something's locked up here. But anyway, this one, the thing about this one is great for positioning, but it's not great for holding things tight because you just don't get enough clamping pressure the way that this is set up. So like to hold it like as tight as I like to. So what I said in the video, and the same answer, whoa, that's your foot.
That's my foot, yeah.
Same answer for the other
Don't
one, the one that actually goes into the pocket hole. And I forget what they call that clamp, but basically, I think that's the right angle clamp, I believe. Basically, you need more pressure, and you need like a bar clamp or a parallel clamp or a pipe clamp, whatever. You need something that's going to squeeze it much tighter than those can.
He says later, I don't have the issue drilling the holes, only when joining drawers like Brad does. But my parallel clamps are too short, and I'm relying on corner and pocket hole clamps.
Yes.
Now, other people are up here saying salt. Does salt help?
Well,
someone said they've tried. They haven't tried it, but then
salt.
Kevin says salt works sometimes too.
Let's talk about that. So there's one very important thing that implies is that you're using glue. And I've rarely ever used glue.
That is true.
On my pocket hole joints because the pocket holes are not there. I do it in a couple situations, but they're not there as a clamp. They're there as the fastener. They are a metallic floating tenon, if you will.
Gotcha.
And so I don't use glue. Like in all these cabinets behind you, there is not a single glue joint.
Not a drop of glue.
Except for the drawers.
In the cabinet.
And the drawer bottoms. Right.
Yeah.
And so I don't do that.
Because I remember you used to, and then you'd have to take it apart and you'd be so aggravated.
Yeah, my biggest
thing
for that.
Maybe that was like on a random project, but.
Is other than my 16-year relationship with my wife, marriage.
Relationship.
Relationship.
We're just buds.
No, 15.
15. I like how you rounded up though. I was going to go with it.
It was going to be like 16. Yeah,
I wish you weren't like
if we
14.
If we went full relationship, then it'd be like 17.
I would be like.
Yeah.
It would be 17.
Other than that, I have a fear of commitment. And so I hate using glue. Because I have messed up so many things. And when you don't use glue and use the pocket screws, you can just disassemble it. And
is it like saying that your project's going to be out on Sunday and then it's not out
exactly.
on Sunday? It's like if
if
you
I
use
put the glue on, I know
something
I'm
will go
up.
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I mean, I have seen it in the past
and so
when you're like pulling your
don't.
hair out over it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I just screw it together. So salt won't help you if you do that, or if you don't.
That
glue.
is an important detail.
Right. But no, I tried salt one time though when I was gluing something together, and it was horrible. It didn't dissolve, and it like literally held the pieces apart. And I wasn't using like, or one time I wasn't using like kosher salt or like bath salts. Like I tried to hold it together, and it was like you have like grains of salt in between the boards, and so it's like not perfectly flush.
Okay.
And so I don't like that idea. Like it seems like you're introducing.
Does
I mean,
seem
salt's
like
very
another
small,
barrier.
but it's like
well,
still,
depending, coarse.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm getting like some kosher sea salt.
I know, like I got kosher salt,
They're
and
off
Brad
like
was
a
like,
30
this was
second.
a while ago. I like to have kosher salt in the kitchen when I'm cooking because it's just, I don't know, it's just better. But then now it's all coarse. No matter where I look, it's always coarse. And like if you put that on like eggs, it's like one bite has nothing, and then the next bite has like 3 particles of it, and it's just so much salt. But I can fix that problem, but I have not done it yet.
These guys are all liking metallic floating tenons. I'm gonna have to start going with that. And so I'm gonna stop saying pocket holes and just saying I'm using metallic floating tenons
Oh my gosh.
for this.
I love it.
Thing. A10268. What's up, my man? DIY John just subscribed to the podcast. Got some new listening for the commute. Awesome,
Very
man.
cool. Hope it's helpful.
Naughty Woodcraft. What's up? Let's see here. What was that? Most complicated project to date. A10268.
What would you say now?
I would have to.
You used to say the sideboard.
I used to say sideboard. I would definitely say the nightstand at this point.
Yeah.
The nightstand with the hidden drawer.
Yes.
The secret drawer, because there's a lot in that. And I also would like to say that I hope that that's not my most complicated one for long, because I'm really getting excited to get back into doing the mechanisms and the secret drawers and stuff.
Agreed. I would agree with those. All those comments.
Good.
I'm in agreement.
I'm in agreement. All right, good. What do we have over here on the...
Kevin said he's getting his candy ready. This was at the beginning of the podcast.
Candy.
So if you're on YouTube with us, the last couple of weeks toward the end of the session, if you will, we were talking about our favorite Halloween candies, which was really fun. And then last week we said we would talk about cereal.
So what did I do? Homework, she went out and bought a bunch of... Did you even eat any?
I have had a couple of Fruit Loops.
Okay.
I love Fruit Loops.
Individual loops?
Yeah, like just dry. I'm trying to eat healthy, so I'm not.
That is a good, like...
It's like snackable.
Okay, we won't get into it because, that's almost like an after show type conversation.
It is, yeah.
Late show, the late show.
The late show, the end of the show, you have to be on YouTube.
You know what's funny is like, I feel like I would eat Fruit Loops dry, but not Cocoa Puffs.
No, I tried to tell our daughter.
It's weird.
Our kids are weird about milk and cheese. Some of them like them, some of them don't, because they all have to be different. They're funny. But Macy was eating Cocoa Puffs with no milk. And I was like, you don't understand. You're missing
it even
almost
looks like
all
dog
of
food.
the fun. Yeah, but she didn't care. So anyway, we're ready for that conversation later.
Put a pin in that one. We'll come back to that. Let's see here. Man, we have...
have you given any thought
thank you for
to
the t-shirt, the stickers. Oh, Riley's workshop. Absolutely, man. What's the tiny Milwaukee impact that I use? Keith.
That little red one, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Wait, I think he asked.
In tight spaces?
And the attachment for going in at an angle. Yeah, so the little guy I use is the Surge M12.
And it's right there. How handy. I'm not surprised. You use this thing all the time.
Yeah, this is by far my favorite drill right now. And it's mainly because of the size and the quietness. Because this one is the Surge. So there's a regular M12 and then there's the Surge M12. So it's 12 volt. And it's got a little dial indicator or whatever up here. But it is extremely quiet because it's hydraulic. It's an impact driver with hydraulic, not compression, suspension. What am I saying?
I don't know.
Buffering, whatever. And basically the hammer for the hydraulic, the hammer is not just like dry. There's like hydraulic oil in there, which dampens, is what I was looking for. It dampens the sound.
If you don't know Brad well, or if you know Brad well, you will know there are 2 things that he does not like in the shop. Sawdust and loud tools, like loud drills in particular. You're always about the most efficient, quietest one.
How many of you have ever been like installing in a cabinet? Like that's the worst. You're like in a cabinet,
it's like a
drawer slides in.
sound cave.
And then you're like, whack, 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 it's just like, oh, that's the worst. Ignore.
Although you're really good because you always have your ear protection going.
Yes, I do. Shout out to
That's good. That's important.
By the way, you still have paint in your hair.
Do I really?
You do.
When was that from?
I don't even remember.
I painted something.
Yeah. There's like 3 little strands that have like paint in them.
Oops.
Good.
I'm surprised they haven't fallen out by now.
Good, better, bad. My wife sheds like a golden retriever.
Horrible. It's part of the reason why I got my hair cut.
Good, better, best. Do you have a recommendation for a first table saw? I do.
Oh.
And that would be a used contractor saw. Unless you are flush with cash and you've got money to spend, then I would look at new stuff. But I always recommend hit the used market and get a 1.5 horsepower cast iron top contractor saw. Do not get a bench top saw, in my opinion.
In Brad's humble opinion.
In me humble opinion. The metallic. I think I might make a shirt for the floating metallic tenon. Do I need to condition wood before adding stain? Craig. Craig, I mean, you don't need to, but it will make the experience better. So it will, what a wood conditioner does basically is it evens the absorption of stain, which means it kind of like blocks up the pores. And so with a conditioner, typically you're not going to get as dark of a stain as you would without the conditioner, but it's going to be an even stain. And with a conditioner, it's not as bad, but you can also use like shellac beforehand, and then that really takes away.
Now,
from
do
the
you
coloring.
do maybe you're just saying this, but I was reading. Do you do the wood conditioner on like pine or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's
it'd be like
splotchy.
pine, maple,
Okay.
like the
I pay
splotchy,
attention.
the splotchy woods. Yep.
Yeah.
What's up, Adrian?
Yeah,
Sitting
Adrian's
Lipinski.
here.
Yep. Story time with Coach. I need that. Oh, DIY
Yeah.
John here. He came on over. Awesome,
Yay!
John. Hey, we did have one person come over from Instagram. So
right.
anybody else that wants to join us,
He's ready for the cereal
9:30.
convo.
All right, we're gonna
it
we're
is,
gonna
yeah.
close out the Instagram feed. Oh
Yep.
gosh.
See you later.
Yeah. So the Instagram folks get the first half hour. If you would like to continue the conversation, please come over and join us at Fix This Build That Live. It's the second channel, not the main channel. Fix This Build That Live on YouTube. We're going to be live answering questions for about the next half hour and talking about cereals too. All right, guys. See you next week. Get out there and build something awesome. Cool.
All right.
All right. I
Just
love it when
down.
we sign off from that. It's just like so freeing. All right,
I
now
love
we
this.
can just focus in. I feel I need a.
Katie is like combining both conversations.
an
Restoration
icon.
Hardware is Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs Crazy.
Oh yeah.
It is. I don't think we've ever bought anything
Cuckoo
there.
for Cocoa.
Cuckoo. Makes more sense.
I was like, what?
But yeah.
No,
I walked
Restoration
through
Hardware
the
is
store and I'm
insane.
like afraid to breathe too hard because it's so expensive. Although my friend Jen has a couch from there, their leather couch.
Oh.
2 couches are from there. They got them on sale and she loves them. She said it was worth it. So
I love it. Colin
so cheap.
Arledge, what's up? New to the channel.
All right,
Glad to have
welcome.
You. Glad to have you. And what's up, Jill? Chris
Yeah.
Moore, what's up, man? What does it mean to be catfish? Oh, there you go. Green- Okay.
Oh, we have to tell them.
Yeah,
I wish
all
we
right.
had it out here.
I wish we did.
I can't because
well, you can see
the
it.
fixtures.
Just go watch the video.
Yeah.
So
I really wish I could go grab
I
it.
don't know where the term catfish, and I don't have to stand as
There
close
was a
to you
video.
anymore. Anyway.
I know. Well, you can if you want to.
I can,
I
but
know.
I don't-
think there was a movie, like
But
somebody.
they didn't make it up there. I don't think
They popularized it.
So catfish, basically what catfish, it's typically in like dating,
Yeah.
where like you're online dating and people are sending you photos that are not themselves. And then-
Thankfully, we were already together before online dating was
And
really a
then
thing, so
you
we never
show
had
up,
this.
You show up for the first date, and
Yes.
it's like, they've been sending you like Heather Locklear pictures, and they show
They're
up
luckily.
looking like Hillary Clinton, like you're like, wait a minute.
What happened here?
Hillary Clinton's
Yeah.
a nice lady, but
You got hoodwinked a little bit there, yeah.
Right, and so that is what catfished.
But we got catfished because, so we were like kind of undecided about the fixtures for the bathroom vanity for a while. I was pushing for gold and you were kind of interested in gold, but not 100%. And then, anyway, he ran back out to the store yesterday.
Well, so what we decided was that I kind of liked black. So if I had done it just for us, I was going to do black. But it's like, you know what? I like the gold. Gold's much more trendy. And
It looks
gold,
good with the blue,
but not
too.
gold, but like brushed brass.
Yes.
And so it's
Like a
gold,
softer
it's a brassy,
gold
but it's
color.
it's not polished brass like the 80s.
Right.
And so I thought also like it would look way better in the video and in pictures because
Yes.
there's more contrast. The black just kind of blended in, and I was like, I really want that. And so we got the great hardware, and we loved how it looked. And it was a very
did.
nice, like kind of deep, rich gold,
Really pretty, yeah.
brushed brass.
Brushed brass.
And so we decided, but we had a black.
We had a black faucet
black
because
faucet.
originally we were like, oh, we'll do black, and then
Right.
change plans.
And so this is like Friday night.
No, it's a Saturday night. No,
No, it was Friday night.
was it Friday night?
Was that last night? It was last night.
It was last night.
It was Saturday
It
night.
was all very fast at the end. It was last night.
It was Saturday night, and the place closes at 9. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to run to Home Depot. And also, I wanted different drawer pulls. We had some drawer
Right,
pulls.
we decided to go with longer ones. No, we
and
didn't.
center mounted
Whatever,
versus
yeah. There was
double
all
mounting.
these decisions to be made at the last minute, like we normally do.
Yeah, just me being me. And so
it
I
turned
ran
out
out,
great.
went to Home Depot, got some more pulls,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, okay, we need a matching faucet. I went in there, not a single brushed brass. They had 2 brass sink faucets, and they were both polished brass.
Like shiny.
And there's like a dude stocking there, and I was like, hey, you got any brushed brass fixtures? And he was like, I never heard of brushed brass. That's hard to say, brushed brass.
Brushed brass. It's like a little bit of a tongue twister.
And he was like, I've never even heard of that. And I was like, well, you sell the hardware right over here, so I mean, it's
yeah.
And so I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I knew I was wasting my time. Like I wasn't gonna like have a conversation with this dude.
The clock was ticking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's like 8:40 now, and there's a Lowe's right up the way, and so I was like, bombed it over to Lowe's. It's like 10 minutes away. So I got there at like 10 minutes till. Roll in. They have one faucet that is brushed brass, and it looked great. It was like golden, like on the picture. You know, they didn't have it out. They just had it in the box in the picture, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. And so I grab it, check out, get back, and I'm like, hey, Susan, check this out. I got this one. I was like, yeah, it looks pretty cool. We open it up.
Just say the cover. I think I was reading.
The cover was even
it's
oversaturated.
Beautiful. It's
but
like,
it was even like almost a little bit yellowy.
But it was almost slightly. But it was exactly pretty much the color we were looking for. Yes.
So then I opened up the box and I'm like, what is this?
Brad's like, they put a silver one in here because it looks like silver.
It's just like straight up brushed nickel. It's like brushed nickel with like
a hint of gold.
It's
like they just whispered gold on it, and that's it. Like that's all it is.
I was like, are you kidding me? It was like the only, like, you know, I mean, obviously I didn't plan ahead and buy something online.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't think that would happen because you look at the picture on the box.
Oh yeah.
And it's not even close, you know?
No, it's not even.
Because you were like, oh, it's totally different. And I was like, no, it's not. And then we hold it up to each other and I'm like, okay, yeah, it really is. So it is on there.
So if you watch
if you look at the video, you can sort of see.
That is a brushed brass.
And that will be going back.
Faucet.
Because we'll need to get one that actually looks like brushed brass. I think we're going to order one on Wayfair probably.
So irritated.
Hopefully.
So yeah, that's how Lowe's. Now, Home Depot just stood me up. They didn't have nothing. Right. They just like
no false advertising.
Lowe's catfished me. I was.
And it was the only one, right?
Only one.
Yeah.
Only box and the only faucet that was a brushed brass.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of a bummer.
Chris, is how I got catfished by Lowe's.
The LaCroix version of plumbing fixtures. Exactly. I like it. Yes, it was something.
Let's see here. Kevin, I think I have the same monitor, so I had to replace the brakes on mine. It is way too young to have them go out already. Kevin, I will say you probably need to check something first. I would make sure to check your arbor nut, because in the past I've had it continuing to spin and also kind of losing power. And it was because the arbor nut was loose, and that's not a good situation. Obviously, you don't want that blade to come off. I mean, it would take a lot for it to come off, because the nut would have to the bolt would have to fully come out.
But let's not
the
tempt
arbor
fate.
bolt. But yeah, let's not go check it. Actually, go check it right now. Let's
Stop
see,
what you're doing.
because it might be legit. It might be that might be what's going on, because that's what happened to me. So check that out.
Okay. There were some other questions.
Attachment used for the angles. Thank you, Keith. I rant past.
We just kind of
Did I say I rant past that?
I don't know. Sometimes we start answering questions and we don't do a great job of finishing.
I'm very good at tangents.
Sorry. So am I.
Which reminds me.
Which is a bad. We are going to answer the question.
It's the DeWalt right angle attachment.
Okay.
Very easy.
Simple answer.
Yeah. If you just search DeWalt right angle attachment, it should come up. Right angle drill attachment. But it's really cool. It's basically just got, like, I don't know what kind of gears it is, but it's probably some kind of like mitered gear. So it's a gear that translates the turning from straight to 90 degrees down. Yeah. And it's just two meshed gears in there that are making that spin, and it works amazingly well. And it's pretty compact too.
How's the noise level?
Delightful. It is a bit floppy. You have to you can't just it'll just seek the lowest point. Like it doesn't, you have to hold the attachment to make it do what you want.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, but that's good, because then you don't have to move the drill. So like you could like move it down or move it up, and then so it helps you get into those little tight spots.
Very cool. All right, so Daryl wants to know, what brand is your wood racks? Are your wood racks?
Who are they? John Sterling, which is the weirdest name. It's just like a dude's name.
Yeah,
it's not
like
designer
John's
wood
just
racks.
like out there like making them.
Yeah, they're called John Sterling.
Out of Sterling, I don't know.
And they're available at Woodcraft. If you search John Sterling at Woodcraft, they'll come up.
And you like them all right?
I like them all right. I did edit out the where I talked about. I was like, yeah, they're all right. They do what they need to do.
They hold the
like,
wood.
I don't,
they don't let it fall.
I don't ever move. I don't ever use the adjustment. And so I'm like, And I wish
Right.
I had gotten the longer version. So I think mine is only, that's not 3 feet, I don't think. I think whatever it is, like 28 inches or whatever it is, I got the shorter version. I kind of wish I had gotten the larger version so I could have gone up the top. Not that I need it, because I don't need that.
Just to have it.
Shouldn't have it. But the only thing is it flops around. When it doesn't have any weight on it, there's nothing that locks it in place side to side. So it's like super, super strong. Like, I can like hang on it. But if it doesn't have any weight on it and I just like slap it, it'll be like ka-kank, 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 and I don't love that.
Yeah.
Because when you're pulling boards across it, sometimes it'll get weird.
All right.
But it's never been an issue. It's just more of an annoyance.
James wants to know, what are your thoughts on DIY air filtration? Well, can I just take?
Sure.
In a manner of speaking, I think we've talked about this before, Brad is like the OG at DIY air filtration, because I remember when we were dating, he had the whole box fan thing going on with like a little bungee strap holding an air filter, like for a furnace to it. Yes. And then we've talked about this, whenever the sun comes through the room, even now, like especially now, in like the late afternoon, that beautiful golden sunlight, if we're like sitting on the couch watching TV or something and you can see all the little dust particles in the air,
bothers me so much.
It bothers him. And like, I think if you had your druthers, you'd be like out there with the thing, like getting it all sucked out. He's not a fan of dust.
I have been known.
Ever. You've always had an issue with dust, even before you were like at this
asthma.
level of woodworking.
I think I'm.
Well, that is true.
Like when I was young, I had fairly bad asthma, and it was like dust triggered, so I'm like allergic to dust mites.
Yeah, if there's ever anything like super dusty that we have to clean out,
and so
Brad's
my mom,
I can't do it. Sorry.
Right. So my mom, I think she's like, we had like put my stuffed animals in a bag.
I didn't think about
and
that.
Right. And so I'm like always paranoid about dust and not getting fuzzy
the
blankets.
origins are coming out. I never even
so I
thought
think
about
that was like this thing that has.
And then now you're just
me all
like
these years.
slightly OCD
But I have been known to, like, if I'm vacuuming and then it's one of those times and the sun's coming in and I'll see like all the dust,
yes.
to pull the hose off and be like we're talking like fibers.
He's gonna get all the particles.
This is not like big leaves. These are like literally little fibers. I'll see them. I'm like,
dude,
and they just never stop. I mean, it's like I could literally stand there the entire day.
Dude, I feel like if you had Alan, one of our neighbors down the way has like the most beautiful. This is a diversion, or not diversion, but like a tangent.
It's a rock covered in bioluminescent
okay, whatever. Thank you,
algae.
Shiny. No, but he has the most beautiful yard. He's retired. He's out there every day, and I mean it's it's like carpet. It's so pretty. But in the fall, every single day, he is out there with his little.
The leaf sucker.
It's like a leaf vacuum cleaner. I feel like that would be you one day.
That would be me.
You would so enjoy doing that.
He's like
He's just waiting.
They're like fall. He tries to grab them while I've never seen him do that, but I'm surprised he doesn't.
I bet he has.
Tries to pluck them out of the air.
Yeah.
But he just sold his house. So.
Yeah, he did. But he's still vacuuming it. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
But what were we talking about? Dust? No, DIY dust thing. Honey, we got to answer the question.
Oh.
How do you feel about DIY dust collection?
DIY. I mean, I think there are great
air
options
filtration.
out there.
Sorry.
Yeah,
air
yeah,
filtration. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little different, but
yeah.
I've seen the plans. I mean, that was like something that I looked at when I was building out my shop a long time ago. You get like a squirrel cage fan from a furnace.
Squirrel cage fan.
So I call them squirrel cage. Squirrel cage fan from a furnace. Put 2 or 3 layers of 1 inch pleated filters in there. Boom, there you go. And so I would think that'd be great. I mean, if you have more resources at hand and time and not money, great option. And I think it would work fine if you got the right fan, the right speed and everything. And if you had access to one for free that you got from the dump or from whoever, from a busted up furnace, and then do that, you could do that on the cheap. Use some scrap wood, absolutely, 100%. You save a lot of money.
You can save a lot of money.
Save a lot of money.
Yes. Big Willie says, how's everyone doing with this COVID stuff here in Michigan? We got shut down partially.
Oh boy.
We have been watching, I don't know. I'm sure he could tell us. Like not a full shutdown, but a partial shutdown.
Oh, Naughty Woodcraft. Rich Bruner. What's up, my man?
I'm kind of
over
surprised.
as well.
Yeah, Mark Shelton also came over.
Already watched The first channel didn't know you had a second. I know we've been bad at
We're not really the most.
no.
We don't push it a lot, except for when we're on the Instagram live.
That's right.
But yeah, no, we're good
Craftsman,
here.
what's
Like
up?
the numbers are kind of going up, for sure.
Moving on up.
I mean, it's something. But yeah,
Not to make light
but
of it,
we're
but I
home
mean,
all the time, which
yes,
is really
they're-
good. We're very thankful for that. And my mom had COVID recently. I mentioned
Her
that.
mom and stepdad had it.
And they're like
my
they're in their
cousin
70s
had
and
it.
yeah, but they're
Two of my
okay
cousins
now.
had it.
Two of your cousins had it in Florida. Nobody here, like Ohio and Florida.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
Nobody.
not had-
I'm sure people here have had it, but not that we are
Yeah.
related to. Somebody asked about the Avalanche. The Avalanche is doing great. Thank you very much. Both Avalanches. We went to a drive-in movie festivity thing yesterday. It was like social distanced.
That was fun.
We took Big Blue and sat in the back with the kids and watched Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
It had its day in the sun.
I was
literally.
driving it. It was making weird noises, man, too. At the beginning, I was like, what? It sounded like
I know.
I don't know what was going on.
It had been a minute.
Something with the power steering, I think, or the rack and pinion. But yeah, it's probably about that time. Daryl Robinson
sorry.
just bought the drill press stand plans.
Oh,
Thank you
cool.
for your support on that. And to everybody who's buying plans, thank you so much. I know a
Yeah,
lot of you
thank
guys
you.
do, so I hope you're enjoying those. So would I change anything? You know what?
You did change things.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Drill press stand?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the flip top 2.0.
Oh, yeah, no.
Never mind. He didn't change anything. Drill press stand. I'm looking at it right now.
The only thing I would consider changing, Daryl, would be potentially the top. And there's really no need to have it overhang necessarily. So if you so like the way I have it is that the plywood top, so it's a plywood top trimmed in hardwood, and the hardwood sticks over the edge, and the plywood is basically the same size as the cabinet. It does. I mean, it makes a good spot for my little dust brush and stuff. But that's probably the only thing I would change. Is if I was going to change anything is because I don't have I'm never clamp anything to that. So I don't know why I thought that I need to have it to overhang, but or just to provide a little bit more room for the bases of drills. But like no drill's that large, so that'd be the only thing I would change is maybe just make that top flush with the actual cabinet. Other than that, it's been working great. Love it. And I do not have the drill press bolted down. I get asked that question. Isn't that top heavy? Well, yeah, drill presses
hang
are
on
all top heavy by nature. Like it's a drill press.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I say in the plans, like if you be careful when you're moving it because it can tip over because it is mobile. I rarely move it, and when I do move it, I've never had any issues, and
Yep.
it's not even bolted down because it's just so stinking heavy.
This is cracking me up. First of all, the average craftsman is here, and I think he's new, so welcome. And he said, "Hey, Brad and Mrs. Rodriguez," and Keith said, "They mentioned earlier they're roommates," and he went, "Oh, thanks." We are married, so Keith is just messing with you. But I don't have a ring on. I have
that's
weird
true.
reactions to.
To being married.
No, like I have sensitivities.
That's
like,
how I'm talking about. Have a fear of commitment. You're not wearing a ring.
15
This isn't
years.
even really my wife.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm just a stand-in.
She's my side piece.
That's right. No, I have like weird reactions to metal.
She's got weird
I don't know. I've got to figure it out.
body chemistry.
It sounds weird. Because like I tried
pH
wearing,
balanced.
I tried
Neat
wearing the.
Strong enough for a man, pH balance for a
Anyway,
woman.
what is this? Is it silicone? I tried.
Silicone.
I have silicone rings that I've worn, but then I like my finger gets really itchy. It's horrible. I'm allergic to silicone, which is also I think why a couple of years ago, like 4 years ago, all of a sudden I just could not wear contacts anymore, and I had worn contacts like my entire adult life, and like it was like one day I just like one spring season I thought was my seasonal allergies, and it wasn't. I have not been able to go back, so now I'm a glasses wearer all the time, which is there are worse things in the world, but whatever.
That's been a long
So that's
time.
why I don't have a ring on, and then maybe one of these days. I was telling you I need to upgrade to like a platinum ring because maybe that would be better. But then what if I react to that and I pay all this money for this like beautiful fancy ring?
It was like her original ring was white gold.
White
but
gold,
it was
oh,
the
yeah.
new white gold, which is like
Does it have zinc or
play-
something in
something
it?
weird.
Yeah. So like you have to get it dipped like once every couple of
and like
years or
her
something
body just
to make
like
it.
beat that up. It was
Dude,
like
it'd be like
and so
2 months and it was yellow again.
it was back to yellow gold. and then silica. Basically, you're going the wrong way. Yeah, your body's like, enough of this cheap crap. Give
us the fancy stuff.
Give me the platinum, baby.
I know. So I don't know.
Strap a cubic.
Maybe one day I'll walk in with like a big fancy ring, but not probably any day soon. Okay, we answered that. Oh, it just went crazy.
YouTube.
I just saw Elf on the Shelf. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah.
It was the arbor nut, Kevin. What? You may have just saved my life tonight. It was the arbor nut.
Oh, wow. Was that the one that could have it could have flown off and gotten him or something?
Troubleshooting live.
There we go. You're like Car Talk people. I've told you that.
That's my favorite.
Click and clack. Oh,
T-Hub in the house. Dude, I love that. That's fantastic. But I had that exact issue. So I guess that is kind of an issue with those saws because it happened to me.
Have you thought of using...
Mark, asthma as a kid, so of course, natural hobby.
Exactly, woodworking. Have you thought of doing any sort of tool review or perhaps how to use several types of tools? We've talked about doing more how-tos, right?
Yeah, they're honestly, they'll probably show up on this channel, the Fix This Build That Live, and we'll probably rename it. But it's going to be the second channel because that, in all frankness, it just doesn't perform well.
No.
So it's not great to put on the main channel because there's other repercussions to that, and it's not something I'm passionate about, right? So like it'd be different if it was like, I'm going to put this out because like I love to do it. I don't care if it does well. But
I
if
guess
it's
this
like
goes back to us
reviews
saying,
and stuff that it's like other people are wanting it, then it's like, well, not enough people want it here. But for the second channel, that might be, we've talked about that, and that could be part of something we look at for next year.
But this kind of goes back to the idea of going forward, that us really wanting to just drill down and focus in on that content that you are really passionate about,
right?
And making those things, and
right.
not
and so
doing other things just
because
we feel like we should.
It wouldn't be reviews, but it'd probably be like tips and tricks versus reviews. Because I'm not passionate about reviews. Hold on. I think you had another question here as well. That was thoughts on the woodpecker line of squares. Is there a really big difference compared to Empire? Mike, I don't know what Empire's tolerances are, but the tolerances on the woodpecker stuff is like extremely tight. They're they're very nice squares, right up there with Stare It, whatever. And they're priced accordingly. So you pay for that level of precision. And, it's the Empire, you might find, I'm sure you can find good Empire squares, but you might have to check. You might have to check them, right? And so what I usually tell people is like, you see these people with the tool walls full of the red. Almost all of them got that stuff for free. Okay, so just to let you know, especially like on Instagram, if you see a person with a wall full of tools, that's not like a professional woodworker or whatever. Most of them got them free. Nothing wrong with that. I got some free too. They sent me over here, but I don't have like the whole lineup.
Right.
But I know there was a time.
Don't feel like you need to go out.
There was a time like 2 years ago where they were pretty heavy and they were just sending stuff out to everybody. So that's why you see a lot of those out there.
If you do want to buy woodpeckers, I mean, I know they're expensive, but if it's like on your wish list for Christmas or something, the packaging was amazing. Do you remember that?
So
they do a fantastic job.
Don't get me wrong what I'm saying here. They're great things, but you pay for what.
Yes, you
get what you pay for.
Right.
And then the flip side of that is that they're extremely accurate. So what I say is like, you don't need a whole lineup, but if you have one really good one, and that's what I use the 1281 and the 1281 and the 1812, which is kind of funny.
I could see that.
And
you use the little baby one a lot too.
I use the DFM Toolworks one now.
Oh, is that a different one? Yeah.
Yeah, but I use the Carpenter Square that they have as well. And like I said, if I was spending my own money, I probably would have bought like one of those. Right. And then probably like an 1812.
And maybe just see like how much you really needed something.
Right.
In
and use that as my reference and for setup and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But that is a good question.
Yeah. Let's see. People were talking about how Washington is now back in phase 1. Ooh, sorry about that. And okay, Mike says, is anyone else stressing about December 1st and that elf on the shelf hiding spots? We are not, only because how many times have I purchased an elf on the shelf and brought it home?
They've banned funerals. You're not allowed to die here.
I saw that. I have bought the elf on the shelf multiple times, brought it home over the years, and then taken it back because Brad is like, he's the voice of reason for me a lot of times. Sometimes I get carried away and I'm like, this will be great,
Did you say
great.
This will be great.
No, like it'll be so much fun. The kids will love it. Like especially when our kids were a little bit younger, but even now they would love it for sure. However, it's like busy enough and stressful enough for us during December. I mean, our daughter's birthday is early December.
I can't even get the beer of the week to work. Like you can't like
Well,
that's
it's a lot
once
of
a week.
pressure. Like my sister
Right.
does it, and every single night she has a different
You gotta be
Pinterest-worthy
I was gonna say you gotta
experience
be you gotta
happening.
be surfing Pinterest, and
Yeah.
then like you can't.
Sorry.
It just stacks on itself.
Oh yeah,
Because
you
like
can't reuse them either, right?
Right.
Maybe
You
you
get-
can. I don't know.
24 days in, the next year you can't
Oh my
roll back and do the
gosh.
same thing.
Although there are
like,
lots of good ideas online. Remember I showed you the one like years
sure. I
ago
mean, they're-
of like there's like the elf. No, the elf has like a Barbie down in this pit, and he's like lowering down lotion, and it says something about like Clarice, like it's like no, like the.
I mean, I hear you, but it's just for your kids.
It was funny. It was just a joke. You would not do this for your kids.
So
That was
where are
really
you
funny.
going
Though.
with
I was
this,
like,
man?
whoa.
Like the elf is gonna
Elf
wear
on the
a
Shelf got
Barbie
dark.
skin suit or
But
something.
no, I saw on Etsy. So what was it? I'm sorry. What was your name again? Mike. Yes. On Etsy, they are selling Elf on the Shelf face masks that fit the elf on the shelf. So hey,
gosh, of
you can
course.
incorporate that.
Of
We will just be
course.
watching from afar, like other people do it online. All right. Let's see. I think it's time to talk
John
about
Lock-
sugary cereals.
John Lockery says go to a plumbing supplier and open
Oh
a
yeah, I
cabinet.
read that. Isn't that awesome?
We should.
We
I've
should.
I don't do enough of that locally. It's always just so easy
That's
to.
true.
Exactly. They're not open late nights. That's like Home Depot is just so easy for me to roll into, and I know where everything is. And that's what I typically do. But let's see here.
Kevin says, "Thank God my kids have aged." Oh, it moved.
What
I don't
keeps
know.
happening?
He's gone. He said, but his kids have aged out of Elf on the Shelf. I think he was saying by the end of the season he was ready to just like do himself in. Okay, so I think it's time to talk about sugary cereals. Unless there are other pending questions. Tattoo the ring.
Tattoo-
Actually, I
you
used to.
should get a
I used to
ring
work with.
tattoo.
Remember Sherry, who I used to teach with? She had a tattoo.
Yeah.
I have no tattoos, so that could be my first.
I don't either.
Yeah, I know. I've thought about it, but again, we both have issues with commitment, not to each other.
Jonathan
We're
Aresi's in the
but
house.
like
Missed you,
thinking
buddy.
of something I would want to put on my body for the rest of my life, except for a wedding ring, I suppose, has been challenging.
Yeah, we're not in for that.
No.
Rory, what's up, dude?
No.
Super late coming in. That's all right.
Oh, this is awesome. My wife is a medical professional, says Brad has nice veins on his arms.
Yeah, whenever I go to get my blood drawn, they always.
I have good veins too. I just have to. He can't be the only. You can't tell, but like every time I've ever gone in, they're
Then you
like,
don't have
"Ooh,
good.
no."
You
They
gotta- you
always
have to-
tell me.
that's like
They're like,
they
"You
do
have
it, they're
good
like-
veins."
They're like, "Oh yeah," like if you ever
Yeah.
want to
That was the worst.
Start doing
When our
hardcore
daughter
drugs.
had her accident
easy
earlier.
for me.
When our daughter had her accident earlier in the year, and we had to take her to the hospital, she lacerated her kidney. She had to get 2 IVs, and she's 8. That was the worst part of the whole thing, because it was just.
Yeah. So
it was just horrible. They couldn't
like
find her vein.
I'm just like a kind of a veiny dude.
You are.
I've got knobby
I've
fingers
always
and everything.
liked it though.
But the when I had my tonsils out, like I was like 21.
You had your tonsils out?
Yeah,
I don't think I knew that.
it was like way before we met.
I still have.
Anyway,
just so you know.
so I've got these like lovely veins here, and I have the H right here, and the gal blew out my vein twice.
Oh.
I was like, I was
Ow.
cussing her.
It's a horrible
My
feeling.
sister was there. I was just like,
Oh, yeah, his sister's a nurse too, right?
and I was like, do not let like,
I'm
you know, I was
sure
young,
Holly
I
was
in
like,
college.
get out of the room.
I was like, oh, you're not coming back here again. You know,
What did your sister do?
she was like, she went and talked to. She was like, we need another, like, because it was the same person
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need. It's like my hands like all
Wow.
blown up, and
Oh,
it's just like
that
the
sounds
worst feeling where they're just
horrible.
like.
Well, that was like
jabbing
when
around.
Macy was in the ER the first time. The girl couldn't, and she was the sweetest lady, but she could not get her vein. And poor Macy is like already had a crazy traumatic night, doesn't know what's going on. And I have to say, like, their policy there was she had 2 tries. I think she had 2 tries. I think it was just 2. Because we were in a pediatric ER. And then she was not allowed to try anymore, and then they had to get somebody else. And that lady did it completely different, and she got the vein, so
Yeah,
that was
and
good.
She came through
Oh man,
in the pinch.
ugh, it was bad. And then they
Play
gave
on
her a
words.
bear, and all was right in the world.
That's right, very. Michael
Yes.
Anthony, at what point in selling projects should I start to think of getting a business license?
Oh, good question.
You know, there's an actual number. So if it's just a hobby, there is a number with the IRS as to what hobby status is, and anything under that you don't have to pay taxes on. That's probably a good, I mean, technically if you're selling the projects, depending upon where you're at, more than likely, technically they would require you to get it. But I think also that IRS, once you start paying taxes on it, that is, that's probably a good number to look at and be like, okay. But, if you're just selling them to your friends, like if you're not advertising and you're not out there doing booths and stuff like that, I personally would, I'm not going to give you legal advice, obviously, but for me, I never got a business license when I was selling just to local friends and family and stuff like that. I think once you start getting into the public eye is when you need to start thinking about it. Like if you go to if you want to go to like a trade show, they may require business licenses. So if you're going to be out there selling in other forms and fashions other than word of mouth, that's probably where you need to start thinking about it.
Yep. Okay, now.
Oh, they've already moved into the
Oh,
cereal.
yeah, they're fully talking about cereal. However, Adrian has asked this question more than once. Are the cabinets to your right on wheels? I was just thinking about stuff falling down into no man's land. I think you're talking about the corner. They're not on wheels, but there's just like clamps back there.
Do they see this?
Yeah, I think they see it
is
the way
my
it
right.
is.
It's
Yeah,
my right.
yeah.
So he's all right. He's adjusting. No, they're not. They're not.
Yeah,
And
but we don't. Yeah, stuff
So-
doesn't fall back there though, right?
oh, it does.
You just have to fish it out. Do you have one of those grabber things? You do. Oh, I knew that. I don't know what I'm acting like I don't know this. Don't even get that thing near me.
Yeah. I literally used one of these the other day because I dropped a pencil down there and I was like,
Did you make a TikTok video out of it?
I did.
I know
I've been on
you
this
so
kick
well.
on TikTok that's like anytime I have like a cool tool, I'm like, oh, that's a TikTok. And so yeah, I use this, and then the things that I actually store back there are typically long items like 7 to 8 inch level, clamps, stuff like that. My the rails for my track saw, that's what goes back there.
Just the tall stuff. All right, let's talk about
Just the
some
tall
cereal.
stuff. Cereal.
Lots of people are talking about Fruity Pebbles. I don't think I've ever had Fruity Pebbles in my life.
Shut your mouth.
If I have, I don't remember. It doesn't sound good
so
to
the
me.
thing about
like
Fruity
Pebbles,
Pebbles,
I don't want fruity cereal.
I like
but I like Fruit Loops, so
I'll go
maybe
on the
I
record.
do.
Fruity Pebbles,
People love it.
solid.
But is it like Fruit Loops but smaller?
Yeah.
Okay, then I would like
Yeah,
that.
but I say here's the deal with Fruity Pebbles
Tell me.
is that you can get in a bad spot without knowing it because they're so dense. Stay with me here, right?
What?
So Fruity Pebbles, they're
Is
like,
it like
they're
a-
flakes. They're like flakes.
Oh, I thought they'd be like
No, they're like
Rice Krispies
small.
or
They're
something.
like small flakes.
I've obviously never had these.
And the thing is there's like no air, right? So it's just it's like tortilla chips. It's like stacking tortilla chips. Whereas like Cocoa Puffs or like Captain Crunch or like any of the other ones, there's a bunch of air in them and they're tall. And so when you're eating it, there's a lot of air in there, so you're crunching it up. If you take a spoonful of Fruity Pebbles, like you're gonna be doing some work. You're like it's like a mouthful of gravel.
Sounds really appealing.
I mean, it's not like grape nuts,
Oh my gosh.
but yeah, that's
Grape
like the
nuts is like a
anti-Fruity Pebbles. But
punishment.
are y'all feeling me? Like the Fruity Pebbles, like I mean, they mean
gonna
business.
scroll
Like
down.
you don't
They
want to be
mean
taking
business.
you don't want to be taking like huge spoonfuls of Fruity Pebbles. Is what I'm saying. Just like enjoy it because I do dig some Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles are Fruit Rice Krispies almost.
Mr. T cereal in the 80s.
They get soggy after
No,
30 seconds.
Kevin.
Have you guys seen the churro cereal? Okay, so I bought this week, I bought 3 because I was thinking that you would do like an update midweek and pretend like you were pulling them out of the cabinet, but then I don't think that happened. But I was like,
You
I'm
never
buying
told
the
me.
props.
I would have.
Oh, I didn't tell you that?
No.
That's why I bought them.
I was wondering. I was like, you just like
I thought
ripped
it'd be
off.
so funny
It would've
for
been
like
great.
the Builders Club people. Although some of them might have been like,
I
what is he
would've done
doing?
it.
Well, maybe I just ruined it. So whatever. That was going to be really funny. But I bought Fruit Loops.
That's a good beer, man. It kind of it tastes. I wonder what color that is because it's a brown bottle. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a dark beer.
I don't know. I bought Fruit Loops. I bought Cocoa. What did I buy?
Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs, and
It doesn't even
Lucky
have
Charms.
an ABV on here. It's got to have an ABV, doesn't it?
So I don't know. Lucky Charms. We're talking about cereal, not beer. So Lucky Charms is like a Rodriguez staple. Like,
am I missing here?
but then our kids, I don't know if your kids do this or if you do this, they just pick out the marshmallows and then we'll find bowls of just flakes that Tyler does that. And it's so frustrating. But I don't know, what else?
Doesn't have the AB. I'm so concerned now.
Why are you talking about this right now?
Because I was just like, I was savoring it and I was like,
so
kind of feeling like I'm a lightweight.
But what do we think? I pity the fool.
What do you think?
S'mores cereal? Get at it. Reese's Puffs. I've heard really good things about Reese's Puffs. I think I ate that a long time ago.
I mean, Cocoa Pebbles are it because
when I burp Corona, it tastes like Fruit Loops.
What's the YouTube rabbit hole? Okay, I see some YouTube conversations going on here. What did I miss? Had giant forms of Fruity Pebbles. I don't remember the giant forms.
What?
What is Brian talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, a video on cereal mixologist. Mixing different cereals and using flavored milks. Super fancy stuff.
That's so funny.
That's awesome.
Well, somebody else I saw, so they will do Rice Krispie treats and add chocolate milk. You know, chocolate Rice Krispie treats.
That's like Cocoa.
I always liked Rice Krispie treats as a kid, but you had to eat them fast, otherwise they get soggy, like really quick.
Yes, yeah, you have to run through those.
And then
fast.
somebody was talking about Golden Grams on here. I
Jill
bought
said Fruity Pebble Rice Krispie treats. I have seen those. I've had those before. They're tasty.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm talking about Fruity Pebbles. They're soggy within 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It's because you stack them up. You can't, you got to have the milk low. And so you've got the dry on top. That's the stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like if you don't have enough cereal to overpower the milk, you may just be like an over milker.
I have a comment and a question. Comment is I bought Cinnamon Toast Crunch a while back for the kids, thinking super big treat. They did not like it. Not a single one of them liked it.
I think I downed the whole box.
That reminds me of when I made years ago. I made Rice Krispie treats once, like on St. Patrick's Day, and I dyed them green. And then I used like cookie cutters to cut out the shapes, 3-leaf clovers, and the kids were all like, "This is so gross," and none of them ate it. So we ate like the whole pan. It was delightful. But I
remember them. They were like the sticky
really
kind.
good.
It's like when you have a good Rice Krispie treat, and it's like I like them just like a little on the sticky side.
Yeah, who does?
Versus the dry side.
They're delightful. But then also, what is the difference between Golden Grams, it's been a while, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Are Golden Grams not cinnamony? Are they just coated in sugar?
Well, Golden Grams, it's built in. It's not like Cinnamon Toast Crunch has like literal cinnamon and sugar on it.
Okay.
Like, because like you get done.
Because they're like the same shape,
you can
though,
see,
right?
like, you can see the dust.
Floating in the milk.
Yeah. Where like Grams, they're just like, they're a graham cracker.
They're not messing around.
So it's Golden Grams.
My sisters and I, when we were kids, we used to take honey grams, like graham crackers, and does anybody else do this? We would break them up into pieces, like we just like smallish pieces, put them in a bowl, add milk, and made our own cereal out of it. When my mom would let us, it was delightful.
Did Sour Patch Kids cereal? That sounds horrible.
Anyone do O's cereal? I don't know what O's cereal is.
The blended cereal and the ice cream. That sounds fantastic.
I'm an over milker. Bro, that's another thing. When the kids have cereal, our oldest, like he'll just pour a lot of milk because he's not really paying attention. This is a theme going on.
Yes.
And so a lot of times you'll have him drink the milk in the bowl, right? Because it's like
always.
They eat it, and then there's just like a cup and a half of milk sitting in there.
Yeah, there's like half a bowl of milk, and I'm like, whoa.
What do you think we're made of? Milk?
Hold up here. Like,
come back and drink this flavored milk.
We're not like milk rich up in here. All right. Have you checked the price? Yeah, Susan, I've given it up years ago, but Susan buys organic milk.
I do.
Which is like it's like $1.99 for the regular, like $5.99. I'm like, whatever. Like hopefully my kids won't have an extra arm.
It might be about $5.99.
It was $5. Did it just go off? It was $5.99. It was $5.99 years ago. Oh, battery. Oh gosh. Oh,
battery's running
low.
No.
We didn't bring out the thing.
How low is low?
Oh, we're black over here too. All right. Well, the
All right,
battery on here is
done.
low, and you guys can't see me. I heard it go off.
It's a problem.
I heard it go off. All right. Well.
Can they still see us?
No, they can't see us, but they can hear us.
All right. Well, sorry.
So, guys, we've enjoyed it.
Timely, though.
I'm making really funny faces right now, but actually, I want to see if I can do something super duper fast.
What are you gonna do? Can they see
Billy
that?
Club. I don't know, probably. We
Goodness.
appreciate you guys. Have a great week, and we will talk cereals again next week.
Yes,
So, yeah.
for sure.
Y'all enjoy it. Build something awesome out there.
Yep.
And
Eat some yummy cereal.
Susan keeps looking at the camera.
I know. I don't know why. It's a habit.
All right, guys.
All right.
We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
Good night. So what died?
The camera back. I forgot to.
Oh.